Hello everybody, Stabicraft on the sound, cruising out a little after 7. Here you can see a very nice fish and wildlife vessel tied up here, and you can also see the log wedged under the front of it. So that's a lot of what you get around here. But anyway, nice looking boat, FLIR setting up top, radar, very nice. Looks like the sawdust barge is still around. And up ahead of us is a commercial crabbing vessel, so we're going to try and get out there before they get all the sweet spots. So here we are, it's November 21st, 2020, and we have an absolutely beautiful morning out here on Puget Sound. You can see the sunrise coming up right over Everett. With the sun, I don't know how well it'll turn out, but off in the distance you can see the snow-peaked mountain range, right? And once again, we are off of Hat Island out here, staying fairly close to in. Gonna try and go back and see if we can catch some more flounder at that one spot, or if it's just dead now. To start trying to work our fish finder a little, see if we can pin down how to pick up bottom fish that are literally hovering right over the bottom of the sea floor. So wish us luck. Either way, it looks like it's going to be an absolutely beautiful day out here, and so enjoy the show. We have relocated to the other side of Hat Island, right outside the little marina they have here. Off in the distance you might be able to make out the Hat Island ferry. So we've brought our crab pot with us. A lot of commercial crabbing going on the other side this morning, and keep from getting mixed in with all that, we just picked up and moved. You can see over here right outside the marina, everybody's got their cars parked. Pretty steep hill to make it up over here, I guess, in the winter time. If you have a house out here on Hat Island. There's some up on the hillside, pretty steep drop off. But we are going to fish here for a while, see how it works out. Our move may have been worthwhile, guys. We've been anchored up here maybe a minute or two, and we may already have one on, or we just grabbed a big old chunk of kelp, one of the two. Water looks a little murky here this morning. Nope, we have fish on. We have a sizable flounder once more. So I'll hold this guy up here, see what we're dealing with. Yeah, decent size. We'll get him in the cooler and carry on.
You did, man.
Watch out for biting flounder. I've heard they're ferocious eaters. Apparently this one lives up to that. So we may have found another hot spot here. Stay tuned. Today's learn the lesson the hard way from us video is don't anchor up too close to your crab pot buoy, because what happens is the winds and the currents will cause you to drift, and you will wonder why your buoy's floating underwater when it's 20 foot deep. And then you'll pull your anchor in and realize it's because your anchor chain is now wrapped up completely around your buoy line. We are currently trying to get this mess totally untangled, which is taking some work. My fishing buddy Brian is up front, currently working on manually unwrapping leaded line from the anchor chain and trying to get it around the anchor where it had hooked it in the first place. So with luck here, shortly we'll be untangled, can finish pulling our crab pot, and then move out a little further so we can catch some more fish. You can see here we now have an anchor on the rail.
Hold that.
Now that we have the anchor line totally off, or the anchor totally off, we're trying to run the chain back through where the leaded line has become entangled.
Hold that.
Yeah, as much as this is a total pain, would much rather be doing this on a clear day like today than attempting to even begin to do this on a day like last Saturday when we were out. And I believe we have got it.
Ready? Yeah.
I have passed the anchor back to the front. It is currently being remounted. We will then fling it over the front, pull it on in, and grab our crab pot.
You want me to tighten this while I'm out here?
Yeah, let me pass you the wrench. So another thing we ran into last weekend, I don't believe we actually recorded what was going on, but when we're not going out there tightening off the anchor line on that cleat on the front, the tension on the chain or the line gradually yanks loose the clutch assembly, so it will sit there and freewheel and spin and not pull in your anchor line. So we have taken to I mean, I instinctively make sure I've got this thing on board when we go anywhere, and I want to say it's a 5/16, and it's a 5/16 Allen wrench for use on the Maxwell winch, and that will tighten your line up and let you get in. I highly recommend keeping one of these on your boat, Stabicraft or not, because it would really suck to get stuck out with 100, like we are, 150 foot of chain down, another near 200 foot of line that's basically freewheeled out under the current, and have to manually pull all that in by hand. Would not be a pleasant way to spend the day. All right, now that we have totally tangled ourselves here, we are pulling the line once again.
Did you check that fuse?
Oh, no, I haven't changed the fuse yet. So I'm pretty sure it did. I think we blew a fuse, so we are going to change the fuse here real quick, then we'll fire the pot puller up. We just finished pulling the 4 screws, and if you watch the tech tip video from yesterday, I'll link that up above here. It's come in useful today. Having the anti-seize on there made these screws simple to pull, and when we tangled the anchor line up with our leaded line, it blew a fuse very quickly. So I'm going to pass the camera off here to my buddy for filming, and change the fuse. Here's all of this mess in daylight so you can see what's involved. So believe this is the line. Yep, you can see one freshly popped fuse. So toss that aside, make sure we're off before we plug another one in and blow it instantly. Drop that in there. So it's fast to change, but in the future I'm going to put a 30 amp resettable breaker for each one of these lines mounted somewhere along in here. Because having to stop everything and pull this off, today's not a bad deal, but having to do this in weather like last weekend, if you go watch the last video with the rough water fishing, that would be very unpleasurable. So today, not too bad. So it took about a minute or less to pull this off, about another minute to get it back on there, and we'll be back in business. And I loaded up a ton of 30 amp fuses, but I hope I don't need to do this again today. We'll get this back underway, pull our crab pot. If we get anything, we'll film that, and then we'll carry on. Since we have picked up and moved across the way from Hat Island here off in the distance, we relocated our crab pot and are now fishing up here. I honestly don't know where we are. I'll make mention of it in the next clip after I check it out on the chart. Thought we might have had a fish on, but nothing at this point. But we will keep it up. And if you take a look out across here, again, being late in November in 2020, it's rained absolutely all week long. And this is what we get for a Saturday. This just cannot be beat. It is absolutely a wonderful day to be out here. And we will stay out as long as possible today. On in. So we're pulling the pot here. This is right there. Third time we pulled it.
Look at the size of that
And
flounder,
we got a
man.
keeper. We got a big flounder right here in the crab pot. So we will bring him on board. Let's check out this crab first. Male or female? Male. So we'll measure him up. But for now, let's get that flounder there. It's sizable. We'll get the flounder. Guess the bottom fish like chicken legs too. But yeah, that's a sizable catch, man, for a crab pot. That's pretty awesome.
Down below driving.
A reasonable size flounder. Definitely big enough to eat. Looks nice and clean too. Can't see any worms in it from here. Oh. So yeah, we're a size 13. So they got a good 9 inches of meat on them. I'll let Brian grab the slimy little guy and throw him in the cooler here, since he caught him. See if we can pick up a few more. As we start wrapping up our day today, we've moved back over to Hat Island. Dropped our crab pot off back in around 60 foot of water or so. Moved in a little closer to shoreline here. See if we can pull in some more flounder. I think we're up to 3 today so far. There's a lot of nice houses here along the shoreline. I saw some folks out walking along the beachfront here earlier. And we're just going to camp out here for a while, see what happens. Maybe cook up a little chili in a little while, have some hot lunch late in the afternoon. But for now, it's still an incredible day out. Great day to be out here. It's gonna run over our anchor line. Alright, as we've come prone to catching here, we got a juvenile blackmouth on here. But where we've hooked him, you can see he's bleeding a lot here too. Oops. Now we're totally caught up. Try and get him back in the water as fast as we can here. Hopefully he'll make it. I don't think we've hooked him so bad he'll die, but that's definitely, if you look inside the mouth there, right, you saw those little teeth. We'll get him back in there. Hopefully he makes it. Oh, look at that. Yep. Another tasty bite. That's the one you hooked up a minute ago and didn't stay on. Got this one through the lip though well. So one of the drawbacks to using barbless hooks out here is that a lot of the fish seem to just get their way off before they make it to the surface. But not this one.
Stuff on it.
Nope. This one is definitely going in the cooler. We'll fillet him up before we head home for the day. And one more. Our late lunch for the day. Some of Walmart's finest no bean chili. A couple cans of this, a little heat, a couple paper bowls, some shredded cheese. It's fine dining on the water at its best. And you see some people over here walking along Hat Island. It looks like maybe getting ready to build themselves a beach fire on a driftwood, maybe not. Another boat over here next to us anchored up doing some fishing as well. So we'll keep fishing here for a bit. We got a pot to pull at least one more time. And overall been a great day out here. Really enjoyed it. It's been nice. Haven't caught a lot, but we've got some food to take home for certain. So probably fillet up a few flounders here after we're done eating and put away the stove for the day. Overall, been a wonderful day out. So wish could have gotten some more rough water footage for you guys that really enjoy that, but today it just wasn't to be. There's more boats out today than we've seen out in a long time. Maybe you can see the mountain peaks off there in the distance, snow-capped, still have sunlight on them. But around here it's the sun's starting to go down. You see it's setting off in the clouds in the distance. Probably got maybe another hour out here at the most before it's time to start heading back. But for now, we'll have some fresh beanless chili and enjoy. Give it up. It's our last pot pull of the day here. You can see it's getting dark out. And we have one mini dungeness female with the apron fully open and probably a million or so little crab eggs there. So this one will go back down and hopefully you know, by next crab season be another million dungeness here in the sound to pick out. But you know, that's why you want to throw them back. That's the future of crabbing. So we'll actually let this one back in gently to make sure no damage is done. And off it goes back to the deep. And with that, our day is pretty much done here. So thanks for watching. Wasn't much rough weather today, but hey, they can't all be rough even in November. We'll see you again next week. Hit like, subscribe, ring the little bell, and we'll have more soon. Thank you.